I warmly welcome you all to Wanies Academy. So in our chemistry class today, we'll be looking at a different topic, and that topic is tagged Electrolysis of Aqueous Solution of Sodium Chloride. Then the aim for this class is outlined as follows: to clearly explain the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride solution. Then I also have objectives outlined for today's class. So at the end of this very class, the student should be able to, 1, explain the electrolysis of sodium chloride solution. Then 2, give the products discharged at the electrodes during the electrolysis of sodium chloride solution. All right, so I haven't stated the aims and the objectives for this class. I start the class proper. So firstly, I need you to understand that the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride solution, which is called brine. So a solution of sodium chloride is referred to as brine, B-R-I-N-E, will yield hydrogen gas at the cathode, which is the negative electrode, and it will also yield chlorine gas at the anode, now which is the positive electrode, and a solution of sodium hydroxide is present in the solution. So again, the electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride, which is brine, yields hydrogen gas at the cathode, negative electrode, and it usually would yield chlorine gas at the anode, which is the positive electrode, and a solution of sodium hydroxide is present in the solution. Now, this usually occurs because hydrogen gas is preferentially discharged over sodium ion at the cathode, while chloride ion or chlorine gas is preferentially discharged over the hydroxide ion at the anode. So these are important things to note in these explanations. So now let's look at the ions, the different ions that are present in the electrolyte. Now, so the electrolyte is sodium chloride solution. So now I want to look at the different ions present in this electrolysis of aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Now, firstly, remember we have dissolved salt. Now, the dissolved salt is sodium chloride. Then, of course, we also have water. So that means we're going to have two competing sets of ions present. So we have two competing sets of ions present in this electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. So now, for the sodium chloride, which is this dissolved salt, now it undergoes ionization to give us sodium ion and chloride ion. So this is the aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So this dissolved salt on ionization will give us sodium ion, that is Na+. Then it will also give us the chloride ion, which is, of course, Cl-. So Cl- is produced. Then from the water, right? So from the water, so the water itself also undergoes ionization, dissociation into ionic forms to give us hydrogen ion, H+. Then, of course, hydroxide ion, OH- is produced. So you can see, so we have two competing sets of ions in this electrolysis. So one from the dissolved salt, sodium ion and chloride ion. Then, of course, from water, we have hydrogen ion, H+, and the hydroxide ion, OH-. So these are the two competing sets of ions that we have in this electrolysis. All right, so I haven't talked about this. Now let's look at the electrolysis, the electrolytic procedures or processes that happens at the different electrodes. Now let's start with the negative electrode called the cathode. So at the cathode, the cathode is the negative electrode. What happens at the cathode is basically reduction. And reduction is actually a gain of electrons. So what happens at the cathode is basically reduction, which means gain of electrons. So at the cathode, we have hydrogen gas discharged at the cathode. So hydrogen gas is discharged at the cathode. Now, look at what I'm saying here. Remember, I just stated that the cathode is the negative electrode. Therefore, the positively charged ions, the cations, will migrate here. So, however, what will be discharged here is hydrogen gas. So, now let me write the equation to illustrate the point I'm making here. So, cathode, negative electrode. So, this is the cathodic reaction. So, now we have hydrogen ion, H+, migrating to the cathode, undergoing a reduction, which entails a gain of electrons. So we have E minus, electron is gained. Then, of course, that will now give us hydrogen gas, H2. Hydrogen gas is produced at the cathode due to the reduction of hydrogen ion, which was discharged at the cathode. This equation is not balanced, so we add a 2 here. So then we also add a 2 here. You can see, so it's correctly balanced. Now recall that at the cathode, both the hydrogen ion and the sodium ion will migrate to the cathode because they are both positively charged, since the cathode is a negative electrode. However, the hydrogen ion is preferentially discharged over the sodium ion, since hydrogen ion is less electropositive to sodium ion. So that is why hydrogen ion is preferentially discharged in preference to the sodium ion. So hydrogen gas is what is produced at the cathode. Now let's go to the anode. Now recall that the anode is the positive electrode, while the cathode is the negative electrode. So at the anode, now if the solution is a concentrated solution, of sodium chloride, chlorine gas will be discharged at the anode. So take note of that. So if the solution is such that the sodium chloride is a concentrated solution of sodium chloride, now what will be discharged there is chlorine gas. So now look at what I'm saying. So remember that the anode is the positive electrode. Therefore, now the chlorine gas is what is discharged at the anode if the source solution is concentrated. Now look at what I'm talking about. So we have Cl minus here. So we have this Cl minus, that is what is discharged here, Cl minus. Remember that what happens at the anode is oxidation, which has to do with a loss of electrons. So this happens if the solution is concentrated, that means concentrated salt solution, the electron is lost, E minus. So you can see that the equation is not balanced because chlorine is actually 2, as you can see on the right-hand side, but it's 1 here, so we add a 2 here, then we also add 2 here to balance the charges. But on the other hand, if the solution is dilute, a very dilute salt solution, hydrogen gas will be, if the solution is a very dilute solution of salt, not concentrated, now chlorine gas will not be discharged. What will be discharged will rather be oxygen gas. That is, if the solution of the salt is dilute, chlorine gas will not be discharged at the anode. So take note of that, very, very important. So chlorine gas is only discharged at the anode if the solution is that of concentrated solution of sodium chloride. So take note of that. Now, so that means conclusively, we have hydrogen gas discharged in preference to sodium ion at the cathode. Then we have chlorine gas discharged at the anode, right, in preference to the hydroxide ion, provided that the solution is concentrated. But if the solution is dilute, oxygen gas is discharged at the anode. So take note of that. All right. So now, I haven't written all of this. Now let's have the general equation for this reaction. The overall equation for this very reaction is written as follows. Now this is how the overall equation looks like. So we have sodium chloride, NaCl, right, dissolved in water to give us an aqueous solution of sodium chloride, H2O, that we'll call brine. So now this will yield hydrogen gas at the cathode, as I told you earlier, that is H2. Then, of course, we also have chlorine gas discharged at the anode, provided that the solution is concentrated. So we have H2. Then we also have Cl2. Then there's a solution of sodium hydroxide that is present as a byproduct, right, in the solution. So sodium hydroxide is also present as a byproduct in the solution. So also take note of that. Very, very important. So take note of that. All right. Now, this equation is not correctly balanced because you can see that chlorine is 2 on the right-hand side. So we add a 2 here to balance out the chlorine atoms. So add coefficient 2 here to balance out the chlorine atom. Sodium is now 2. So we add a 2 here to balance out the sodium atom. So the equation is correctly balanced. Sodium is 2. Sodium is 2. Chlorine is 2. Chlorine is 2. Hydrogen is a total of how many here now? 4. There's a total of 4 hydrogen atoms on the right-hand side. So we add a 2 here to balance out the hydrogen atoms. Then oxygen is 2. Oxygen is also 2. So the equation is now correctly balanced. So with that, we have come to the end of today's class. Right, thanks for watching. Remember to also click on the subscribe button and also to share this with family and friends. Bye for now. See you in the next class.